Theme 3, Hard Times, Listening and Speaking, Part 1, page 38. 3. Listen to the speaker and tick yes or no.
Life was certainly different when we were young. First of all, we used to respect the elderly a lot. They used to play a very important role in society. But now the young aren't respectful towards us. In fact, they usually ignore us. We used to visit our grandparents very often, but my grandchildren rarely come to my house. While I was waiting for them during the religious festival last month, they phoned me to say they were going to a seaside resort. My heart sank. In the past, we used to know all our neighbours. Some of them were just like our relatives. We used to trust each other. When someone needed help, we used to lend a hand. But now, many people don't know their neighbours. They don't even greet them. Although they live in the same apartment block, they don't say hello when they see each other. Why do they behave in that way? As far as I'm concerned, there's something wrong with that. A couple of decades ago, people were generally more productive. For example, they had a sewing machine at home, and they used to make their own clothes. When I was a child, my friends and I used to make our own toys. Can you believe that? But today, people buy almost everything. And I think people are lazier now. In the past, we used to wash our own cars, mow our own grass, and paint our own houses. We used to do much more on our own. I miss the good old days so much. Of course, change is inevitable, but we shouldn't harm our moral values. We should definitely protect them.
Pronunciation, page 41. 2. Listen to the examples in Activity 1 and repeat with the correct intonation.
Can you believe that? In the past, we used to wash our own cars, mow our own grass, and paint our own houses. Why do they behave in that way? Life was certainly different when we were young. I miss the good old days so much.
3. Listen to the dialogues and repeat with the correct intonation.
Was she sleeping when you got there?
Yes, she was.
Did you used to play chess when you were younger?
No, I didn't.
How was your trip to Istanbul?
It was amazing.
What did you eat for breakfast?
I ate cheese, olives, and eggs.
6. Listen to the examples above and repeat with the correct intonation.
First of all, we used to respect the elderly a lot. In the past, we used to know all our neighbours. A couple of decades ago, people were generally more productive.
Listening and Speaking, Part 2, page 42. 4. Listen to the speakers and write 1 or 2 to fill in the gaps below. Speaker 1.
It was in 2015. I was traveling on a plane for the first time, so I was really nervous. My sister and I were going to Liverpool to visit our grandparents. In the beginning, everything was going smoothly. While I was reading a magazine, my sister was having a chat with the girl next to her. Suddenly, the plane started to shake. It was going up and down. I got terrified. Next, the pilot made an announcement and wanted us to fasten our seatbelts. Some girls were screaming, a little boy was crying, the atmosphere was terrible. The air hostess asked all the people to calm down. After a while, the weather got better. Finally, the shaking ended and everybody felt relieved. It was one of the worst days of my life.
Speaker 2.
I was in my first year at secondary school. My parents took my brother and me to New York during the semester break. That morning, we decided to see the popular sights of the city and got on a bus. About 20 minutes later, my parents wanted to get off. The bus was too crowded. While I was trying to get off with my family, the bus moved and I couldn't leave it. At first, I was shocked. I believed I got lost and my parents would never find me again. I didn't have a mobile phone. I didn't know my parents' phone numbers either. I got totally confused. I didn't know what to do. After that, I remembered the name of the hotel where we were staying and told everything to the bus driver. In the end, he took me back to the hotel. When I arrived there, my parents and my brother were waiting for me. I was very happy to see them again. I'll never forget that day.
Workbook, page 23. 4. Listen to the speaker and underline the correct alternative.
It happened a few years ago. Actually, I remember the date. It was the 3rd of January, 2020. I was in my 3rd year at university. I was having a terrible day. First of all, I didn't hear the alarm, so I got up late. Next, I had to run very fast to the bus stop. When I got on the bus, I was exhausted. Then we got the exam results. Unfortunately, I failed my physics exam. That was too bad. After that, I realized that my best friend was lying to me. I got really disappointed, and then I had an argument with him. When I finally came back home that day, I was feeling really depressed. I thought my life was awful. After a while, I went online. As I was surfing the net, I saw a video about an Australian man. He was 21 years old. He was playing basketball, but he was in a wheelchair. He talked about himself in the video. He was a student at university. He had lots of operations when he was a child, and at the age of 10, he started wheelchair basketball. That changed his life. He often joined tournaments. He also became a very successful Paralympic basketball player. While I was watching him, I felt so embarrassed. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I thought, I should be happy with the things I have. In fact, that video changed my life. I used to get unhappy very easily, but not anymore. Now, I have a positive attitude towards life.
Page 25. 12. Listen to the song and fill in the blanks using the words below.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.